Did. Oh, I'm going to make myself the speaker, even though I like that it has been choosing me. There we go. All right, friends, lay on the floor for me and go ahead and pull your knees into your chest. Take a big inhale and just start rocking from side to side. I'm going to have you release your right leg first. Pull that left leg in for me and just take that big inhale here. Your right leg will fall heavy to that mat. I got my ball out from yesterday with you, Max. And then what I want you to do is take that knee and bring it out to the side. Feel that nice inner thigh stretch. Keep your hips square here. You're going to come back through center for me and give it one more big pull. Extend that left leg, pull that right knee in. Give it a really big pull, and then we'll open it up out to the side. Hold there for 3. Good for 2. Come back through center on 1. Hold on to that knee for me. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Now hover that left leg off of the mat for me. Good. Now from here, you're just in that hover. We're going to go into a slow 2 count switch. So I want you to pull each knee in for 2 counts and then give it that big squeeze at the top. Switch 2 counts on that hold every time. You're not racing through it. We're just getting more. Big squeeze and then we switch. Good. Big squeeze and then we switch. Can you just start to rotate your hands behind your head? We'll single out that switch. So we switch right knee in, left knee in. Good. Right knee in, left knee in on those switches. Can you start to twist from side to side? Turn it into that bicycle for me. You're in that bicycle now, but I want you to think about taking your time in the sense of switch and switch. You're not racing to get through it, but you're also not taking such a slow pace that your heart rate's not coming up. You're still in your bicycles for me. Good. Twist and twist. Nice. It's 10 and 9. Keep twisting. 8 and 7. You have it. 6 and 5. Get that elbow up towards that knee for 3. Come back through center. Hold in 2 on 1. Center hold. Knees at 90. Lower down in that crunch. Exhale. Lift all the way up. Just a regular crunch for me right here. As you lower down, is your back pressing into the mat with knees lifted? It should be. Your knees right above those hips, right where they should be. Nice, Maggie. Now, everyone take those knees a centimeter further away from those hips just to challenge yourself in that regular crunch. You're going to hold at the top in 3. Inhale, lower. 2. Exhale, lift, hold. 1. Twist right elbow to that left knee. Back to center, left elbow to that right. You can come all the way down in that crunch, lift, crunch up. If you prefer just the twist at the top, you can, but the full range is going to be a little bit more challenging. Lower down, get that right elbow to that left knee. No movement in that leg, not that bicycle. Keep those knees just in that nice 90-degree angle. I just want you to move that top half. Yes. You know that these are somehow hard for some of you. I know some of you complain about these. I want you to think, exhale, lift, twist, squeeze. No movement in those legs. Don't worry, we'll come back to it. Exhale, lift, twist, squeeze. Beautiful. In 10 seconds, you add the bicycle back in. You've got it. Stay in just that elbow to knee. Legs don't move yet. In 5, they move. In 4, they move. In 3, slow and controlled. 2. Here we go. Now add that bicycle twist and twist. We're going to play around with our bicycles in this first little bit of ab series here. So we're going to have that bicycle. We're going to play around with some holds, some pulses. I want you to think about your breath and your form. Are your shoulders relaxed? As you drive that elbow up past that knee, can you come up any higher? Can you tuck that tailbone under? Left elbow to right knee, hold in 3, in 2, wherever you are, left elbow to right knee, hold. Now pulse that elbow towards that knee, little tuck of your tailbone. If you want to add that reach of that arm, I'm fine with the reach. Hands can stay behind your head as well. 5 more pulses, 4 more. I need you to hold in 3. I need you to ignore what your mind is telling you. Freeze for me right here. 5-second hold. Just twist and hold. Can you get that elbow towards that knee? And 4, you're back to your twist. In 3, switch. In 2, on 1, just back to your switches. I know heart rate's starting to come up. You want the break right now, but don't take it. You've got this. You're going to switch, leave right elbow to left knee, and keep that right leg extended. In 3, in 2, wherever you are finished, get that right elbow to that left knee. You start to pulse up an inch and down an inch. You have the option to modify and reach that arm past that knee. I'm fine with it. Or keep your hands behind your head. I care about the twist. I care about you breathing. Don't hold your breath. You're going to want to clench your jaw right here. We freeze in 3. We freeze in 2. No one moves. You hold. Isometric hold. Extend that leg point through that toe. Beautiful twist cord. Hold on to it. We have 5 seconds. You're back to that last little bit of bicycles. In 4, in 3, good. In 2, back to your bicycles. You can do this. 15 seconds. I'm going to give give you a small rest. You go as slow as you need to right here, but you go unbroken for 10, for 9. You have this, Maggie. Nice. It's 8 and 7. Full extensions, friends. Knees into chest in 4, in 3, 2 more. Don't lose it. 1, and you rest for me. Knees into chest, you rest. Hard series, I know. Big inhale, big inhale. Knees are into your chest. Give yourself that nice rock from side to side. Here we go, round 2. You're going to pull that right knee in, left leg extends. Walk that, your hands down your shin, come up, head, neck, and shoulders lift. You're back into your switches, 2 counts, just like you started. Pull right knee in and hold, and then you pull that left knee in and hold. When you're in your hold, you keep switching. Think about the 2 count. I want you to tuck your tailbone under. You are pointing through that opposite toe, lengthening through that leg. Your quad should start to fire up here. Now start to turn it into your singles. You just switch and switch. Hands are going to float behind your head. Stay center for me. Just don't turn it into a bicycle yet. Stay center. Head, neck, and shoulders are lifted. Hands come behind your head if they're not already there. Now add your twist. Twist right, twist left. You can do it. Twist right, twist left. Hold on to it. Right and left. 10 seconds. It's right and left. Now you are basic in what we're doing here. You know the movement. Where can you contract a little bit more? Where can you squeeze? Can you point through those toes? Can you find more length? You're in those bicycles for 5. You can do it for 4. You hold center for me in 3. Don't lower down yet. You have 10 pulses in 2. Legs at 90 in 1. Legs at 90. Pulse it up an inch and down an inch. Pulse it up an inch and down an inch. Yes, you can. 8 seconds here. 7 and 6. Give me 5 more pulses up. It's 3 little pulses. 2 full range on 1. Lower all the way down. You lift all the way up in your crunch. Good. All the way down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. You're going to start giving me 3 pulses at the top. Legs do not move. I want everyone to press your knees 2 inches away from your hips. Yes. You have this. I know it's a long series. You take a break when you need to. You're going to start giving me 3 pulses at the top. If you haven't already, 3 pulses. We lower down with control. We exhale, we squeeze, and then we pulse at the top. You're holding at the top in 5 seconds for me. We're going to start twisting elbow to knee. Legs do not move. You know the changes here. I'm not really switching it up on you. Elbow to knee in 3, in 2, just that top half is moving. Can you use those obliques? Can you twist towards that knee? I don't care if you don't touch your knee. It's the movement that you're twisting, waking up those obliques, bringing out that waistline. 8 seconds here. Good. 7, 6, beautiful. 5 and 4. You have this. 3 and 2 on 1. You hold center. Good. From here, can you reach those hands up towards the ceiling? Turn it into your dead bug. Oh, thank goodness we didn't make any more pulses or holds in that bicycle. I know. Reach, come back to center. If you need to lower down, if head, neck, and shoulder need the break, take the active recovery. You keep moving legs and arms, but you come through center and you lower head, neck, and shoulders. 10 seconds here. You're all doing great. 9 and 8. Woo, some of us are getting tired. It's mean this morning. 5 and 4. You can do this. 3, 1 change left. 2, hold center for me. If you're not lifted on head, neck, and shoulders, come all the way up. You are going to reach towards those ankles. You extend hands and legs long, and then you reach back towards that ankle. Final change. I need beautiful form. I need you to hold in that nice little banana for at least a count before you come back in. I just need 10 seconds. You are going to be off your backs and in your first plank series in 8, in 7. I will be mindful of those wrists. 5 counts right here. Yes, nice. 4, 3, 2, knees come in, we rest. I can't tell if you like that or you don't by these faces. Big inhale here and exhale. What I want from you is I want you to take a moment. If you need the sip of water, then rock yourself up, take a sip of water. If you need it, you're going to meet me in an all 4. You get a cat-cow stretch before we go into that forearm plank series. You're going to hear me cue some on our forearms, some on our hands, whatever you feel like, but just start in that cat-cow for me. You have about 2.5 minutes left in these abs before we get into your legs. If anything's bothering us in our wrists, you go ahead and modify whenever you need to. I want everyone to walk into that forearm plank for me when you are ready. If the forearm plank isn't available, you can go into a bridge series and listen to my cues like that. From here, you are zipped up from your inner thigh, so from your ankle all the way up past your knees. Now you're going to take your glutes, you're going to lift them almost a centimeter. Then you're gonna tuck them under so that your belly button pulls into your spine and your glutes are squeezing. Your shoulders are relaxed right here. You should be fatigued. That was a basic, but it was a hard 7-minute series. So you should be feeling those shakes happening. Now, a little bit of a burn's gonna happen in those shoulders. You're all in a hold. I just need you here for 5 more seconds. In 4 seconds, everyone's gonna start walking right foot out and in, left foot out and in, just like we did for some of you on Thursday and some of you on Friday. Go ahead and add that leg tap right leg out, and then left leg. Now take your time. Your butt is gonna wanna start to lift up. I want you to think about your lower abs controlling this as you step right foot out and then that left foot out. We are gonna hold our legs wide and we're gonna go into our shoulder reaches in 8 seconds, in 7. Slow and controlled with those legs. You've got it. 5. And 4 more steps. It's 3 more steps, less than a minute in this plank. Everyone holds for me. We reach right arm long. We reach left arm long. Open up those feet if you put them together. You are welcome to drop to your knees if you need to. You're in your shoulder reaches for 15 more seconds. We've got a combo move to finish. I need you to ignore what your mind is telling you because you have 30 seconds left in you when we go into that last change. Here we go. In 5, in 4, hold center for me. In 3, in 2, you're going to step your right foot out, your left foot out. You are going to reach your right hand long and your left hand long. So I want 2 taps with your feet, 2 reaches with your arms, 2 taps with those feet, 2 reaches with your arms. If you're having any issues with that movement, you have 15 seconds left. Give me the strongest hold you can. Beautiful. And then you're going to reach those arms. You have this. Good. Walk your feet out and in. It's okay for you to walk them back out. You're out in 5. You're out in 4. You rest in 3. Child poses in 2, 1, rest. You're out of your abs. Sink back, open knees up nice and wide. 10-minute little ab series. Hopefully we're warm. The nice part is I'm going to stand you up for a second. Now I want you to hang here for a moment. I want you to take a big inhale. You've already set your intention for this morning. Exhale. You made it through that first set of abs. Now we're going to head into those legs. You can go into your downward dog. You can go into your cat cow to stand. However, you can take your time getting up for me. I want you to not rush it. No one gets dizzy here. Beautiful. As we get ready to go into that first series here, we're going to bring our heels together and our toes apart. I know that we don't likely have something to hold on to. If you have something to hold on to, you can walk towards a chair, a wall. I know I've got some advanced friends on, so I'm going to cue you into that advanced series. You do not need a prop. I know some of you have them. Because we're going to lift our ankles, I'm going to recommend no Balas, but you can put a heavy band or a medium band above your knees for this first position series if you want it. Just take it off after if I forget to cue it off of you, which I did on Thursday. Heels together, toes apart. Now for those arms, I want you to grab your light weights. Yes, just grab them. Just get excited for those weights. Your light weights come into your hands and they're going to come right in front of you. So you're going to bring those weights. You can glue them together or you can hold them soft bend in your elbows. As you lift your heels, arms come up overhead. As you lower heels, they come right in front of you. You lift and squeeze and you lower. You do not need weights. You can do this body weight. You lower down with control. You lift and squeeze. You lower down with control. Heels are together. Toes are apart. Think about that small piece of pizza. None of us would ever choose that big one. And then as you lift those heels, I want you to think about the control. Shoulders are pulling away from those ears. You're going to keep those hands up overhead for me. We stay in that high lift on the balls of our feet. First 3 toes in 3, lower down for 2, lift and hold on 1. Hold right here. Now pulse it up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. If you're having any issues with balance, you just bring those weights right in front of you. They're going to help you with that balance. You lift up. 1-inch lifts. It's not a rush in the lift. It's a tiny controlled lift. Calves are going to start to get nice and warm here. I need 8 more seconds. Are you breathing? Are you still thinking about your core? Squeeze inner thighs together for 5. For 4, beautiful. For 3, you have it. 2, on 1, freeze. Arms come in, down in front of you. You can push them together. Elbows are wide. Now I need you to bend your knees and sink your seat down. Heels together, toes still apart. You're going to pulse down an inch, up an inch. You're not bouncing. We are so slow and controlled together. You are squeezing your heels. You are pressing into that band. If you're having any balance issues, you ditch the bands and you hold on to that wall, chair, whatever you need to stay down low. The weight should help give you some balance. It's like you're going down that imaginary wall in this pulse. You have 8 more seconds. You're pressing that band apart if you have it. If you don't have a band, you're still on fire, pressing those knees out. Don't let them come in. Heels high, keep them kissing at that top. 3, you hold for me at the bottom, and 2, now freeze for me at the bottom. Yes, you can. I need you to tuck your tailbone under. Start to tuck your tailbone under. Keep knees pressing out. You're just tucking at the bottom of that range. Think about squeezing your heels together as you tuck, squeeze. Tuck, squeeze. Yes, you can. 8 more, tuck, squeeze. 7 more, tuck, squeeze. 6 to go right here. You are thinking, can I get any lower? Are my shoulders relaxed? Squeeze those weights together. 3 more. We combo that movement in 2. I'll let you stand after this next change in 1. You pulse down an inch, you tuck. I know your arms are going to be on fire. If you need to bring them to your hips for a moment, just bring them to your hips. I care more about your legs. You're giving me a pulse down where you're pressing those knees out and squeezing those heels, and then you're tucking under, pulling belly button to that spine, your pelvic bone coming up to your forehead. You're pulsing down an inch, you're tucking under. In 10 seconds, I'm going to let you stand, so ignore what your mind is telling you, and you stay low. You let those legs burn. In 5, we pulse down, we tuck under. 4 and 3, beautiful. 2, on 1, hold. You come up, 2, squeeze down. 2, 3, lift. 2, squeeze down. 2, 3. It's an active recovery. 3 counts to come up, 3 counts to come down. I know your arms are on fire. We've got an isometric hold. We're going to move arms in a second. You can do this. If arms come down to your hips, that's fine. Focus on your thighs. Are they on fire right now? Can you go any lower? Can you squeeze any tighter? Everyone stays low for me after this next one. Come down. 2, 3, freeze for me. I need you to extend those arms long. Yes. From here, you're going to pulse down. Right arm comes in, pulse down, left arm comes in. If you can just seesaw those arms, you're pulsing here, and now you're in your high hammer curl. You have this. 10 seconds in that high hammer curl. Give it to me right here. 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6. If you can't pulse, you just hold for me and you just use those arms. 4 and 3. Beautiful. 2. Both arms reach out nice and wide. From here, you have it. Keep arms out. You're just pressing into your band. We're almost out. You have 1 change left. Press out with those knees. Whether you have a band or not, you just press those knees out. You sink down low. You're out of this in less than 30 seconds. We hold in 8 seconds. If you are not shaking, you should be. So you get down lower, you squeeze tighter. Arms hold in 4 and 3. Don't move anything in 1. Option to bring those arms back overhead to finish out shoulders, or keep them in front of you for balance. Everybody sink down. Sink down and squeeze your heels. You can do this. Sink down and squeeze. 8 and 7. If you're not shaking, lift those heels 1 inch higher here for 4. Good. 3, last 2, and you're out. Drop those weights down. If you have a band on, leave it right where it is. Everyone else, you're fine. Open those feet up. Heels are almost at the outside, right at the edge of that mat. Toes are off of your mat. You have a band, so you're going to be on fire here. It's a body weight squat. If you don't have any props, you've got that band on. I want you to come all the way down, lift and squeeze. We played around with some tempo this week. We're going to keep this to 3 changes just to finish out some thigh work here. You're lowering down, and then you're lifting and you're squeezing here for me. No weights are in your hands. Everyone has ditched them. You have this. When you think about this squat here, legs are now, they should be warmed up at least in that first 5-minute series we did. What I want you to think about is, as you sink down and you're pushing those knees apart, are you ripping apart that imaginary towel? Is the weight in your heels as you stand up and you give me that big squeeze? You have 10 seconds left in your full range squat for me. You have the 10 seconds left right here. Now fight to stay nice and low and controlled when you come down, and then squeeze, power up to the top. You're holding for me. You're probably going to come to your halfway point because we've got tap out on those feet. In 5, good. In 4, 3, and 2, come down and stay low. You might need to come up a couple inches. You tap right foot out parallel, left foot out parallel. Right foot taps out, left foot taps out. It doesn't matter if you have a band or not. You just give me those taps. Tap right side, tap left side, tap right side, tap left side. We're gonna start stepping one step to the right, one step to the left. Hold center for me though. We have a 5 count hold in the center in 3, in 2. Find your form center now. Pulse down 5 times before we start to move. Pulse down 5 times. Yes, you can. 4, 3, beautiful. 2. Now hold for me. Now you stay low in that squat. You step to the right side. You step 1 time to the left. So your right foot moves, your left foot follows. Your left foot moves, your right foot follows. Everyone's going to want to come up here. I need you to fight to stay low. If you have to stand up and reset, get in that squat, I want you to do that for me. You are almost there. Keep stepping. You hold in the center in 5, full range, 3 pulses at the bottom, and 4, 3, 2, full range squat, 3 pulses at the bottom. You only have 1 change left in your squats. Full range. We have to do squats like every time. I just love them so much. I need you to press your knees apart. Now, as you're here, if you don't have any ankle injuries, start to give me that heel lift at the top. So you Superman squeeze at the bottom and then 3 pulses at the bottom. You Superman squeeze triceps and then you come down 3 pulses at the bottom. Up to you if you add that heel lift. I don't care either way. I just need you to stay in your squat for me. You're in your final hold in 5 seconds. 4, 3, beautiful. 2, come down, hold, come down, hold, come down, hold. Now here's where I need the extra challenge. First option, hands to prayer. Second option, they can reach towards me, but I want everyone with hands behind your head if you can in that prisoner. Low squat, 10, 9, ignore everything. Close your eyes if you need to. Bring the weight into your heels. Press your knees out. 5 and 4, you stand in 3. Good. 2, 1, rest. Everyone's up. Beautiful. Slip those bands off, ladies, if you have them on. You've got 1 more change. You are not going to grab any props. Second position series. Everyone open legs nice and wide. Take a sip of water if you need it. Last little bit of standing work right here. Good. Open legs up nice and wide. Hands can come to prayer. Hands can come to your hips. We've got a 2 count down, 2 count up. So you're going to sink down for 2, and then you're going to lift and squeeze for 2. If anyone's ankles are starting to bother them, ignore some of my cues. I'm going to give you another option. But if your ankles are not bothering you, I want you to listen to me as I cue you in this series. You have a couple reaches here. Good. I like that someone's hand keeps raising. I'm like, hey. Big lift and squeeze, lower down with control. Now, what I want you to think about here as I have you in this basic movement is the weight in your heels. Can you wiggle your toes at the bottom of this? Are you coming down that imaginary wall, and are your knees pressing back? You're going to hold at the bottom in the next 6 counts. So I want you to go up and down 2 more times right here, sinking down with control. Last time, I need everyone to stay at the bottom. Wherever you are, stay at the bottom. Knees press back right here. Good. Now start to just pulse for me. You know these movements, but can you stay here longer? Can you contract? Is your tailbone tucked under and your belly button pulled into your spine? You have 8 little pulses. 7. We alternate heel lifts with no pulse in 5, in 4. Any injuries, you'll keep your heels down. You've got an isometric hold. If not, I need you to rotate. Hold in 2. On 1, you lift right heel up and then that left heel up. There's no pulse yet. You're just focused on lifting those heels all the way up and lowering them down with control, not coming up any higher, contracting through your abs. Good. In 3 seconds, you add that pulse. In 2 seconds right here, you pulse and press. You pulse and press. You pulse and press. You're driving your tailbone down that inch while each heel lifts up, almost like you're seesawing here. 10 and 9. Yes, you can. 8 and 7. You've got 6 right here. It's 5 more counts. In 4, we hold. In 3, beautiful. 2, both heels down, both heels lift. You're in an isometric hold on the bottom. It's mean, I know. Both heels lift. Both heels lower. Last little bit of heel work. Both heels lift, both heels lower. Yes, you can. For 8, lower 7, lift for 6. You've got 5. Don't give up on it. 4, heels are down. In 3, they lift 1 more time. In 2, they're down right here. You stand all the way up, single count it out, drive back down in that second position. Full range movement, active recovery. I'm letting you stand. Take advantage of this. 2 changes left. Lift and lower. Beautiful. Lift and lower. You have this. 10 and 9 right here. Go 8 and 7. Let it burn. Focus on that fundamental movement. Can you press your knees out as you come down? Can you come down any lower? We hold at the bottom in 3. 2 changes. Last one right here. Come down, hold. I just need you to pulse at the bottom for me. All you have is a hold left. Can you pulse at the bottom? My friends who want to advance this, you're welcome to lift those heels. Weight is in your first 3 toes. If not, heels are down. I care more about the pulse, so stay down low. 8 and 7. Keep pulsing. 6 and 5. We hold in 4. I need you to ignore what your mind is telling you. 3 and 2 on 1. Hands come up overhead. Shoulders come down away from those ears. My advanced friends, you're going to lift right heel. You're going to lift left heel. You have 10 seconds to breathe through this. Nice core. Everyone take a big inhale. On the exhale, contract your abs, press your knees wide. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Can anyone give me a centimeter more? For 3, for 2, 1, and you're out of it. You come all the way down. That should be nice and warm. Beautiful. Come to the back of your mat for me. Any wrist issues, you walk yourself out into that cat-cow. You can meet me in that forearm plank. If you don't have any, I want you to dive those hands down. Walk yourself out into that high plank. If you have a wrist issue, you're in your low plank for an isometric hold. 30 seconds of shoulder taps right here. If you're on your forearms and you want to reach, you can, or you can stay isometric. I just need you doing something in that plank for me. Last little bit of plank work here. You're doing great. Breathe for me. Shoulder taps. 15 seconds left right here. Good. Don't overdo it. Final 10, 9. You've got 8 and 7. 6 and 5. You're holding for me in 4, in 3. Beautiful. 2. Hold for me here. I need a slow mountain climber. If you're on your forearms, just bend your knees. If you're on your forearms, just give me those little knee bends. If you're on your hands, you're giving me a slow mountain climber. We're not racing anybody. I want you to drive me straight in towards that chest. Everyone's got 20 seconds here, and we have that final hold. Keep bending, pressing those knees. Keep driving into your chest. 10, 9. Good. 8 and a hold. 7 and a hold. 6 and 5. Don't lose it. I know you want to. 4 and 3, 2. Everybody freezes. Come down to your forearm plank for me. I want you to finish in your forearm plank. 30 seconds right here. I know that you are warm. Where can you squeeze? Can you take a big inhale? Can you contract through that belly? Can you squeeze your glutes? No one puts those hands together. You keep those forearms parallel. You have less than 15 seconds. You are more than halfway there. I need you to breathe. Now I need you to think how strong you are. Don't clench your jaw. Use your breath. 5 seconds and we're in a child's pose. 4, 3, 2, and everyone rest for me. Good. Press all the way back. You're doing great. Take that big inhale here. You're going to meet me Indian style. We've got 3 changes in our arms before I go back to your legs. From here, we're going to meet in that Indian style position. Hands are together, no props. Forearms are together. I want you to squeeze, hold 2, 3, tiny release. Squeeze, hold 2, 3, tiny release. So all you're doing is think about the hold here. I know I normally just give you those squeezes as a 10-count hold or little pulses. Now I want you to think of it as you squeeze in, can you count to 3 for me? Then give me that release. You squeeze together, count to 3, and then you release. So it's not just a single count pulse here. It's a squeeze, hold for 3 counts, and then a release. Beautiful. From here, you're going to start pulsing up with your squeeze. We'll single it out. You're going to squeeze together, pulse up an inch lower. Squeeze together, pulse up an inch lower, almost like you're breaking it apart more. Squeeze, lift, lower. Squeeze, lift, lower, but you're holding that squeeze every time that you pulse up. We're going to turn this into an isometric hold in 5 seconds where all you're going to do is squeeze as tight as you can in 4, in 3, good, in 2. Now just squeeze your forearms together as tight as you can. Squeeze your forearms together as tight as you can. If you're not warm enough, just start pulsing up and in. Pulse it up and in if you need to, or you have 8 counts in your hold, 7 counts in your hold, 6 and 5 for me. Go 4 more squeezes, 3 more squeezes, 2 and 1 tiny release of those arms. You're going to meet me if you want balas, put balas on. We're back into our legs, a little bit on our hands, a little bit on our forearms. You stay on your forearms as much as you can if you have any issues. Now I want you to think to yourself, no other props other than balas. I'm going to make us move a little bit here. So my friends with your wrist issues, if it's too much, that's okay. You stay on your forearms. What I would like to have happen here is I'd like your clamshell on your forearms. Then I want you to walk on your hands. I'm walking down to your forearms to give me your donkey kick. And then you walk right back up. So a little bit of a play in your shoulders here. If it's too much, then I want you to leave your right hand lifted and come onto your left forearm for that clam. From here, everyone joins me. We start with 30 seconds of clams on your hands. You're opening out to the side, you lower down. A little bit of extra chat today because we got some injuries. Foot is flexed. You are lifting and squeezing in that clamshell, you lower down. You lift and squeeze in that clamshell, you lower down. What I need you to think about here is shifting the weight into that right hand so that you don't sink too far into your left leg. Big lift and squeeze, you lower with control. Perfect. Big lift and squeeze, lower with control. In 5 seconds, we turn this into a donkey kick. Everyone walks down to their forearms in 3 and 2. Now you're in that reverse donkey kick. You squeeze that right cheek as tight as you can, and then you bring it back down. So we've got 3 full range movements to kick it off with a little bit of work in your shoulders. Good. 5 more big reaches up in that donkey kick. Lower it down. Exhale, lift and squeeze. It's a basic movement, but if you squeeze your butt, you're going to get warm right here. 3 counts to go. 2 more. Good. On that last one, you bring that knee in. You walk up to your hands. You give me that clamshell. You walk down to your forearms. You give me that donkey kick. So we walk up for 2. Big lift of that leg. You walk down. I'm just playing with that shoulder warmth right here. You have 20 seconds right here. If it is too much, stay on your forearms and just give me donkey kicks with 3 pulses at the bottom, at the top if you need to. If not, let shoulders get a little bit warm. I don't have any push-ups or anything planned. I want you to think it's a full range movement, but it's almost like you're doing a plank up, down in between each rep. You're going to hold on your forearms for me, pulsing at the top in 5, 4, give me that last clamshell, 3, stay on your forearms, and 2, meet me at the top, hold 1. Now just pulse it up an inch and down an inch, up an inch and down an inch. Nice, ladies. Pull belly buttons in. Press that mat away from you. Give me 10, 9, good, 8, and 7. Keep fighting for 6 and 5. Final hold in 4, good, 3 and 2. On 1, extend that right leg back. Right toes hit the mat. Left toes meet them. You're in your forearm plank 30 seconds. This is where you finish before we switch sides. You've got it. Hold, 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 hold. Take a big inhale here for me. I need you to squeeze inner thighs as tight as you can. I know it's isometric and I'm not asking you to move. Can you think about your breath? Where are you looking? Where are you squeezing? 15 seconds, you're halfway there. You come onto your knees, you walk back up to your hands. There's no break in between sides. You're gonna go into that clamshell on your left side in 5 and 4, drop knees, walk them in 3, meet me on your all 4 position in 2, on 1, all 4 position. Take the moment to get there. Now find that neutral spine. You lift that left leg and you lower it. You lift that left leg and you lower it. Now right leg is going to be stabilizing you. It's going to be a little tired. You're going to want to start to sink into that opposite side. So what I need you to think about here is keeping your core lifted. Belly button is plugged in as you're opening to that side. You're looking right into the edge of that mat. You have 15 seconds left right here. You don't have to rush it. It's a big squeeze and then you lower down in that clamshell. We're walking to our forearms in less than 10 seconds. You're going to give me 2 more right here. Big lift and squeeze. You lower down. Last one, big lift and squeeze. We lower down. We walk to our forearms. We go right into our donkey kick. All the way up. Mags, you can stick that ball behind your knee if you got, yes, nice. Lower, exhale, lift, squeeze. Here's what I need though, friends. That knee has to go right up to your hip, if not past your hip, because you're on your forearms. You get more height here when you're on your forearms than on your hands. Then I need you to think, are you squeezing your center booty as tight as you can? Bring your heel towards your seat for me. You have 8, 7, 6, and 5. We combo in 4. Yes, you can. 3. Perfect. 2. On 1, knee comes down. You can leave it right where that is. You walk up to your hands. You give me 1 clamshell. You bring that knee down. You walk to your forearms. You give me that donkey kick. This isn't meant for you to rush. It's meant for you to keep your shoulders warm. Think about what your core is doing. You're not losing your balance, but you do have a little bit of movement here. On your forearms, you give me that donkey kick. And you walk up to your hands and you give me that clamshell. You have 20 seconds here. Everyone's going to meet me in that donkey kick hold. We go into pulses. You're doing great. Trust your body here. If it's too much, stay on your forearms and give me that donkey kick with 3 pulses at the top. I'm fine with that. In 5 counts, I need everyone on their forearms in that donkey kick hold. In 3 and 2, donkey kick pulses at the top. Yes, you can. We're coming right down to the finish line. I need you pulsing at the top. If your heel is not towards your seat, you squeeze as tight as you can. Now you squeeze center booty line right under your butt and you get that foot up towards the ceiling. 10 counts right here. 9 and 8. You can do it. 7 and 6. Hold on to it. 5 and 4. Final 3. Keep pulsing. 2. You hold on 1. Here's that extension. Find your forearm plank. Extend left leg. Drop toes down. Right toes meet it. Back into your forearm plank. Lots of shoulders right here. Hold for me. Can you start to pedal out those knees? I'm fine if you hold that squeeze, Max. From here, I want you to just bend and press those knees, bend and press those knees, bend and extend, bend and extend, bend and extend. 15 seconds right here. How can you find that contraction? Can you squeeze? Can you press into that mat any firmer? 10 and 9. Bend right knee, bend that left knee. I know it's long right here. Go 10 and 9. You've got 8 more seconds. 7. Bend for 6 and 5. You rest in 4 and 3. Last 2 and you rest. Press back. Find your child's pose. Good. Take a big inhale. Can everyone open those knees for me? You're going to come back onto your back. We're finishing with a couple minutes of abs. Very light on those arms today. When you're ready, meet me on your back. Yes. Here we go. You're going into your V-ups to start. Legs come long and strong. I want 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Do not rush. Take your time. You're not coming down in a 3 count, but you're not flinging your body up with your arms. We go in 3. Everyone's laying all the way down. Feet are apart at the bottom. You're going to give me 2 to that right side, all the way down, right back up. Then you give me 2 to that left side, 2 to that left side. Stay here with me. You have 2 minutes of work left. I need you to fight through this last little bit right here. 2 to that right side, 2 to that left side. I need you to give me 2 more to each side, and then your legs are going to come straight up overhead, and you're going to start tapping your heels. You finish the last 2 on this opposite side, then bring both feet up in front of you, and you start reaching. Can you reach right hand to left toe, left hand to right toe? Everybody feet up nice and long. Reach right, reach left. Add that oblique twist. I'd like you to stay lifted off your shoulder blades. Don't come all the way down. You just stay in your reaches. Stay in your reaches for me. Big reach, and then you come all the way through center to that opposite side. 10 and 9. You're back to your V-ups, alternating sides. And 5 and 4. Beautiful. 3 and 2. Alternating your V-ups for me. Legs come right back down. No break. No break. You have a minute left. We fight for this. Yes. Courtney said, I'm going to be the first one there. All the way up, lower down. All the way up, lower down. 10 and 9. Reach 8. Lower 7. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lower. You've got 4, 3, 2, on 1. Lower all the way down. Can you bring your legs to tabletop for me? Here's where we finish. Legs at tabletop. Reach hands up overhead. Take a big inhale. Exhale, reach towards those ankles. Come up as high as you can on those shoulder blades. We extend right leg, left leg. 10 seconds in our hollow body hold. If you can bring your hands behind your head for 8 and 7, 6, drop them down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you made it. Lower down, knees come into your chest. Got less than a minute, so it might drop on us. But just take that nice little rock from side to side, right where you started. Pull those knees in. You'll extend that right leg, pulling left knee in. If we drop, you finish this stretch for me. In 4, switch those legs out. Good. In 3, in 2, and I will see everyone on Tuesday. Finish it out.